Hi everyone, it's Vivian here from Sit and Knit with Vivette. I'm bringing you another one of my finished object videos this week. It's Friday the 11th of September and I have two finished objects to tell you about. So anyone who hasn't watched the podcast or any of my vlogs for a while, I'll just give you a little bit of detail about myself. My name is Vivian and I live in the southeast of England with my partner Sean, and I do vlogs. I used to podcast on a regular basis, but I fell out of love with that. So now what I do is I do finished objects. So if I've got a finished object to show you, I'll do a quick vlog about it, needles that I use, pattern that I use, etc., just to give you an idea. So today I have two to go with you. And before we get into that, let's just do a little bit of admin. If you want to follow me on social media, the best place to find me is on Instagram. And my Instagram name is VivetteB1, and I will put it along the bottom for you and also in the description box below. So without further ado, let's talk about the first finished object that I've got. And as you can see, it's a cardigan. So now that we're due to have a mini heat wave for the next 4 or 5 days, of course I finished a cardigan. Typical, isn't it? So this cardigan is one that my friend Carol, I saw her wearing it a couple of months ago and it's lovely. And I was like, oh, I must do one of those. And the pattern is from the knitter. So this is the actual... As you can see, it made the front cover. You might have a little bit of screen glare there, apologies. But it's issue number 33 and it was released in April 2011. So it's not a new pattern. I did manage to track this copy down on eBay, so I was very lucky. But you may or may not be able to get it now. That is the only downside with it. It's a lovely easy knit, and the yarn that I used was the King Cole Merino blend 4-ply. Now in the actual pattern itself, excuse me, I'll just have a look. The yarn that they recommend is no longer continued. It's no longer available, rather. So I spoke to my lovely friend Eleanor at Knit Nottingham and I told her what it was, and she gave me ideas on an equivalent yarn to use, and we came up with this one. So the yarn that they actually recommend is Sublime extra fine 4-ply merino wool, 100% merino wool, and this is 100% superwash merino. So gauge wise it was fine, and it come up really well. So it was a really nice pattern to knit. So I will just show you very quickly without hopefully showing you any of the pattern. That is just a little bit of the detail that you do around the sleeves and the bottom. So I got gauge as per the pattern. The size that I did was for a 44-46 chest bust, and I've literally knit it exactly as it stated in the pattern. So as you can see on here, you have the cuffs. I'll do this slightly easier, where you can see it's got the detail in there, and the two garter ribs bare, just to give you that line, and it mirrors it down at the bottom as well. Like I say, a really, really lovely cardigan to knit. Again, you can see there's a little bit of texture as you go up the cardigan, but it's nice and easy. It's knit in sections, so your back, your sleeves, your two fronts. You then pick up for the band up the front, and then you join it all together and pick up and do the neckband. And it's up to you. It comes with three buttons on it. You could just put the one button on if you wanted to. You could put as many as you like. But it's really nice, and I will include a photograph round about here of me wearing it the other day. So that is finished object number 1. Finished object number 2 is a shawl. So this is it here. I don't know if you can see it very well. It's a very thin, long shawl. Again, the pattern is one again that Carol gave me. I don't know where it's from, but if you just kind of googled Pico Shawls, I'm sure you'll find it. I don't know if you can see it very well, but if I just bring it up, you'll see it's got beads on the end. So as you do each picot as you're casting on and knitting it, so you knit it lengthways rather than width. You knit it lengthways. You can't put the beads on as you're actually knitting it, and it's really lovely. It's got a lovely drape, and the beads do actually help with the drape as well. So it's like this. It's a nice lightweight one. Good length. If I just quickly stand up, you can see how on me it comes quite a way down, which is great. And it's the sort of thing that I like. And like I say, having the beads on it, this hasn't actually been blocked, but it's hanging beautifully purely for the beads. which is great. So that is my finished object number 2. Now the yarn I used for this is yarn that I actually dyed myself. So some of you, if you follow me on Instagram, will know that I went on a yarn dyeing course with Michelle Turner, who is the Crafty Heffalump, and she was teaching at Beautiful Things, and it's one that had been booked to be held earlier on in the year, and of course with the COVID situation it all had to be postponed, but we held it end of July, beginning of August, around about that time, and it was really great day, lovely great day, good, again gorgeous weather. We did 3 dyeing techniques, so we did one using a crock pot, we then did sock blanks, and we also did gradients. So you got to learn 3 different techniques, which was great, really great, and I have done some more since. But this is the first one that I dyed, which was using I call it the crock pot method. And I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. It's absolutely gorgeous. It just was perfect. I couldn't have tied it better if I bought it, so I'm really pleased with that. And like I say, the shawl is just a picot edge shawl with beads. You can do it without the beads, and you can also do it with the cast off edge having an eyelets in it, but I decided not to do that because then it wouldn't mirror the other side, and I kind of wanted it to mirror, so that was my other second finished object. And so, like I say, it's been another very short one, probably 5 or 6 minutes, just to show you what I've been making recently. I have made some other things. I've made some Christmas gifts, but the people that they are destined to be gifted to actually watch this podcast, or vlog rather, so I can't actually show them to you until after they've been gifted and they're Christmas presents, so that won't be until next year, I'm afraid. But I do have some more on the go at the moment. I have a crochet blanket, which is the hydrangea pattern by Attic 24, and I'm just scrap busting for that. I'm just literally using scraps that I have, and I'm just working my way through it. It's a lovely project in the evening, especially now it's getting a bit cooler, because it's at that width that I can actually put it on my lap and just crochet 3 or 4 repeats. And the other thing that I have is I've started the sock knitting. So plenty of sock knitting going on between now and Christmas for myself, for Sean, because he always gets a couple of pairs in his Christmas box, along with a jumper that I've just got to finish the sleeves on, and then that will be on, I'll be able to show you as well, because I know he doesn't watch this vlog. And also some other gifts for other members of his family, like his mum. I'll probably do her something very similar to this, but in different colours, and I might leave the beads off. But then his brother's asked for socks as well, so that's really handy, because I can just sit and knit socks until the cows come home, really. So, like I say, quite a short one again, probably 7 or 8 minutes, but it was just to keep you updated. Like I say, Knitter 33. If you can't get it, it might be worth just contacting the knitter to see if they've got back copies, or they can send you the pattern. I'll just see if I can find out who the pattern was by, if it says it on the pattern. Hold on a moment. Jess Quinton and Jane Chadwick, I think. Quinton Chadwick, yes, so it must be the 2 people, so it's their one. I did look for it on Ravelry, and it's on Ravelry, but when you click on the link, it takes you to a German site, and the only way you can get it is in German. So that's why I managed to track down a copy of the Knitter issue 33 on eBay. So I hope everyone stays safe. I hope you all have a good couple of weeks, and take care, and I look forward to speaking to you again very soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.